Never lie.
You never lied to me?
I never lie.
You didn't lie about your husband?
So the definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over again and expect different results.
Trying to
But
see
no,
if we can
at
make
the
it.
moment. At the
But
moment.
you have so many secrets.
Well, here we are with the two most insane people about to get back on the roller coaster from hell. So let's buckle up and go on the psychotic ride with these two fools once again.
Get married with you, not your family.
Waste my time.
So Riley finally unblocked Violet after the dinner from hell
And last night I realized I could have handled things a little bit different.
and sent her an apology message.
Text Violet and ask her if she wouldn't mind meeting me.
And I guess she unblocked him the same day, which probably means the producers made her unblock him so they could get more content. So they decide to meet at this delicious-looking bakery.
Though things haven't always been perfect, I really want to make this work with Violet.
What is he talking about? Was he not there at the tailor or outside the tailor or at the dinner or basically every time they see each other? It's not good. It's never good. Why would anyone have this much low self-esteem and delusion to think that this is a workable situation? Nothing, and I mean nothing, works in this relationship. I've had cars with blown engines that work better than these two.
I feel that we are compatible. We make each other laugh, and I really, really care for her deeply.
Oil and water are more compatible together than these two. She isn't honest with him, and it's obvious. And Riley's just horrible to her.
She asked you.
Before I answer her.
No, answer her. Don't talk to me.
And these two really bring out the worst in each other. So they go and talk about the dinner from hell.
I don't know how can you do that, Riley.
And yes, just reliving it through Violet's words, I don't know how she even agreed to meet him.
I just don't know how she talk with me like
After how horrible he was to her.
I am not real criminal and you never protect me.
He should have never put her in this situation to begin with.
You push me and you ask me, answer her. How can you do that?
I can't imagine that he didn't realize that this dinner was going to go south. I mean, if you're with another person, no matter what, that person needs to not be put in a compromising situation, not if you truly love them.
Can I ask a question?
Then he asks her the question.
Is this whole conversation going to be I'm wrong? You have no fault in any of it?
And is he serious?
I'm just
You
starting.
mean I'm wrong?
So I'm asking. Everything was my fault. Everything? I'm just
Yes.
asking.
Is he serious? How was any of what happened that night her fault?
Your fault, not my fault. Okay.
Okay.
It was 100% his fault. And the way that he's masking what he really wants to say to her in a form of a question is very passive-aggressive. So then Riley brings up that she never answered any of his questions.
Because when I ask you questions and you don't answer them, I feel hurt. I feel like you're deceitful.
And, well, guys, I don't know what you think, but her answer,
Mine is not well to answer you and write for me and translate for me.
I mean, listen, English is my second language, and I understand that things can get lost in translation, but I call her answer BS. All of a sudden, we need to bust out the old translator because it's done such a great job for us in the past, huh?
내가 또 실수를 할까 봐 내가 그 돈을 또
I'll make another mistake. I'll waste that money again.
So I need to take a minute because my dog Mango wants to tell you to like and subscribe. All right, let's get back to the show. And at no time did she say I didn't understand you. Her English is better than 90% of the people on this show. All she ever said was the past is in the past or don't talk about the past. So I call BS on her explanation. So he tells us that he thinks that the answer that she gave him is BS.
I don't know if I believe Violet when she says she can't answer my questions because of the language barrier.
Though he tells Violet something completely different.
That is great. From now on, if I feel it's a complicated question, I will write it to translate it.
So he keeps on trucking with his delusions of staying with Violet so he can try to make this toxic train work. So I guess they make up. I guess. Oh, man. So she invites him to go to this Buddhist temple with her.
I want to go to temple,
What religion is it?
Buddhist.
So he reiterates to us like a broken record while he's ironing the outfit that he really wants to make it work.
I really want to make sure. I want to see that if we could really make it. You know, I'm hoping that we could.
the only thing you should be working on is getting a therapist.
So I just want to look pretty. I want to look mantastic.
Honestly, I think that's the best thing that has come out of his mouth. Mantastic. So they get to the temple, and his outfit is jazzy AF. So this was a lovely scene, only because you see the temple and you get to see a little bit more of Vietnam. So they pray together, and Violet says she prayed for their relationship.
I pray for my family and I pray for us.
Hope she prayed for it to end soon because that's all I see happening here.
And they write your name here. Oh, we are here.
That strip of paper will last longer on this earth than their relationship. So the next day or later that day, they go kite flying.
I just want to know how much you have in your account bank.
Which honestly, I think that's a smart question to ask. You're leaving your country where you have a steady job, uprooting your children.
Yeah, how you sponsor me and with my daughter.
Of course you need to know what the other person's financial situation is. I think not knowing is one of the problems a lot of these couples face, besides the usual only been physically together for like a couple of days or something.
$100,000 in my bank account. Not really a lot of money. I make broke look really good.
Okay, am I the only one who thinks $100,000 in savings is not broke, or am I just broker than broke? So Riley says that he's going to be open and honest about the question she asks, which is a lie because he's already proven to us that he says something to her face and then in his interviews he says something completely different.
If she want to ask questions, I'm willing to tell her. I hope that she will be the same.
And this is so she can be open and honest with the questions he has. But I don't think he understands that that's not how it always works. The other person has to be willing to be open. It doesn't happen purely out of reciprocation. Not saying it can't, but you would be banging your head against the wall if those were your expectations from someone like her, for instance, who clearly doesn't want to answer anything. And I truly don't understand why the conversation of moving over to the U.S. is even on the table. So he tries to ask her another one question. And can I ask, where is this translator app that she so desperately needs?
You text my father a lot of bad things about me.
I say with you don't tell the past.
Is that a brand of translator apps, maybe? We don't talk about the past. Maybe that's what it is.
Do you regret it? That's all I want to know.
Just say you know.
You said no, you don't regret it.
We then hear in her interview that apparently she did understand his question, at least that time. Riley, again, is okay with her answer to her face.
Okay. All right. That's all. That's all.
But in the interview says something completely different, story of his life.
She couldn't even say, I regret hurting you by going through your father and telling him these things.
So she looks completely over this whole thing. Over Riley, definitely over his questions. I'm sure over the camera crew as well. But honestly, there are things that you need to understand about a person before you can move forward into a relationship. And he hasn't gotten any of the answers, so this relationship is not moving forward. So I'm sure that there will be another blowout the next episode because he has anger and resentment, and she calls him King Kill Feelings. And it seems that in the next episode, he comes clean about the PI, and I'm sure this is not going to sit well with her. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I appreciate you stopping by, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.